I'm pleased to say joining me now is Katie Edgar from the Legally Blonde production. Katie, you're director of this production. Could you just give us a bit of an oversight of what Legally Blonde is for someone who maybe hasn't seen the production before?
Yeah, of course. It's about a sorority girl from Malibu who is following her love and it leads her down a path of training to become a lawyer at Harvard University of all places. And actually along the way she finds out her skills as a lawyer are much more important and her allegiances lie with friends and less so with her love interest, and goes on to be a successful lawyer.
So you're with Encore Productions. Just talk to me about their involvement with the Winter Gardens and how important it is for the general Blackpool area to have productions like this on.
Encore is in partnership with the Winter Gardens, and the idea, the concept behind the company is to provide opportunities for primarily the local talent and the local young people of the town and the surrounding area, who perhaps may not have the access route through to where they would like to be in the professional world. And our kind of role in all of it is to give them that platform, that stepping stone, and also allow them to experience things that perhaps they wouldn't normally be able to in an environment such as the Winter Gardens.
And just touching on that, how important do you feel these amateur productions are, especially to a town like Blackpool?
They're absolutely crucial. The professionals come from the amateur world. They've all gone through that themselves, and they would have been loyal to their local amateur company at some point. And through that is where the talent's then nurtured and then passed on into the big bad world. And the amateur companies in Blackpool are amazing. And we just really want to keep the talent in the town and have our own kind of semi-professional environment to allow them to experience it before, letting them go into the world.
And this is, of course, classed as an amateur production. What might be a little different from the main productions that you see come in to the town? What's sort of unique about this show?
They're first and foremost, they're not paid. They're not professional, therefore they're not earning a wage. They've all got other jobs. They all are, one of our leads is a vet, a teacher, a police officer. They're coming from all walks of life together to do this production. I suppose they've not necessarily had the formal training that those in the professional world would have already had. And also, like I touched on before, they've not had the access, I suppose, to the training and to the kind of experiences. However, that aside, whilst it is an amateur production, I'd say what you will experience and what you would see is a very professional outlook in terms of standards, in terms of set, in terms of costuming, in terms of the visuals as well.
And it's great to be in a venue such as the Winter Gardens, I'm sure, but performing at the Opera House, where there have been many productions from the West End arriving. That must be so special as well.
Oh, absolutely. And I don't think for one second that they take that for granted, the people who are in this cast. They're absolutely crazily excited to perform in the same capacity. They're terrified. It's a massive big stage with a huge big audience, and everything, and expectations are there as well, but what they are is that they're hugely grateful for the opportunity. And I think more than anything, as a director sat back watching, it will just be amazing to give them that opportunity to step on the same stage as you say, some of the greatest have been.
Well, tickets are still available, so head over to the website to see Legally Blonde come in to the Winter Gardens this month. Katie, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.